Zehr's Flowers and Landscaping planting the seeds to make their summer landscaping workload go smoother. The answer? Paying more than $60,000 to get employees their CDLs, commercial driver's licenses. 7 News reporter Mark Mason Jr. has that.
An investment in their workers. That's what officials at Zehr's Flowers and Landscaping is considering the more than $63,000 they spent helping 7 of their employees earn commercial driving licenses, or CDLs.
Scheduling should be much easier, and we should not have to worry about which trucks or trailers specific employees are taking, which will benefit every department here.
Employees were enrolled in a 4-week training course through Jefferson Community College to help them prepare for the commercial driving test. Before now, the landscaping business had 4 licensed drivers, a number that made their work difficult.
If you don't have drivers for your equipment that are capable and have the qualifications, you can't go out and do the jobs.
The jobs typically revolve around hydro seeding, retaining wall, paver installation, plant installation, and other landscaping services, all of which can't be done without large vehicles requiring certification to drive. Zehr's CEO Samantha Widrick needed new drivers by this summer, something JCC was willing to accommodate.
I was able to contact our partner, the CDL schools, pull a couple of strings, ensure we had an instructor and the equipment available, and that they had enough enrollment for the class, and we got it on the calendar.
JCC officials say the class teaches everything you'd need to know to eventually pass the commercial driving certification test. As of now, only 2 Zehr's workers have yet to take the test. All others have passed. Zehr's will have 12 drivers in total once the last 2 have passed. Mark Mason Jr., 7 News.